Hi everyone, welcome back. Apologise if you hear screaming in the background. There are kids screaming across the way, but I really wanted to get this video out on Monday so that you guys had some content going into the week. It is also 40 degrees here in the UK. It's breaking records, so hopefully you guys would appreciate that I'm doing this video because I want you guys to have some content, but also this is something that's been playing on my mind. So the way in which Season 9 Manhunt ended actually made me do a lot of thinking, and I think the Division 2 is probably, I would say, the best it's ever been. There are many things that have me confident in the future of this franchise, not just because of how well done the Manhunt has done and been received, but other things as well, more important things that are finally showing themselves. So drop a like and subscribe to stay updated with all my videos, and let me go over why we should all be excited for what's to come. Just to add to the screaming kids, you may hear dogs as well. But anyway, I don't think I need a poll for this statement because I'm pretty sure the vast majority of you that have completed the seasonal Manhunt will agree this was the best Manhunt we've had to date. And that's mighty impressive considering it took place in a mission we've probably all run 1,000 times, and the team working on this Manhunt, they're quite a small team. Now, I don't want to beat that drum too much because I've already done a whole video playing through the final Manhunt and giving it praise. But what I find interesting is that whilst I was pleasantly surprised with how well it was done, it actually comes as no surprise that it was so well done when I really thought about it afterwards. Ever since the Division 2 was reinvigorated with news that Ubisoft were allowing Massive to continue developing content, Yannick has been at the helm as the creative director. Not just this, but the team working on the Division 2 are Division veterans. I could be way off here, but I feel like the last 2 years of the Division 2, whilst developed by Massive, what I mean by the first 2 years of the Division 2, whilst developed by Massive, didn't really have the vision and care that I feel the game has now. And that's probably because we have Yannick at the helm. We have some vets working on this with what appears to be their own kind of creative freedom. This is why, on reflection, it doesn't really come as any surprise to me to see such quality and care with the Season 9 Manhunt, obviously within the restrictions that Ubisoft have, and Title Update 15 in general. And this is exactly why I think the Division 2 will only get better from here on in, so long as Yannick remains the creative director, Paddy Hofstein continues with his great work, Morton, and as well as everyone else that's responsible for making Season 9 so good. Just to go off script here, guys, but I think that we also have a part to play in all of this. We need to provide as much feedback as we can to the developers. I think we do a good job of that anyway. I think whether it's positive or negative, obviously make it constructive, we need to provide as much feedback as we can as possible. An example being today, I actually sent a direct message to Yannick saying, why don't they free up the classified assignments? These were assignments I believe were part of Year 1, I believe it was part of the Year 1 pass. Why don't they just free that up to everyone? You know, I wouldn't care if people who hadn't purchased the Year 1 pass were able to access them. I don't think anyone would care. But I think if we free those up and then have Manhunt targets take advantage of those locations, that could actually make the game feel really fresh, because I think a lot of people who either have access or don't have access to those classified missions probably haven't played them from a long time. I know that I haven't played them from a long time, and there's probably a lot of stuff in there that I won't remember, but those missions were really well designed and they're underused. So to me it would make sense that maybe they put the Manhunt targets in there somehow and we get to use those areas more. That was my suggestion to Yannick today. I think anyone has suggestions like that, either hit up Yannick on Twitter or go to the forums, whatever it is, but we definitely have a part to play, and make sure you're playing that part, because at the end of the day, anyone who's playing the Division 2 right now wants it to be the best it can be, and so your part is as important as the developers of the game. So I guess what's really struck a chord with me recently is knowing that we have the people in place at Massive that really care and are passionate about the Division world. I think it was Yannick, or perhaps another dev, I can't remember who it was, that previously said that people working on the game right now are doing so because they love it. They had other options, probably Star Wars project, Avatar, maybe some other stuff that we don't know about, but they chose to work on the Division because that's what they wanted to work on. And I think fundamentally realizing this makes me the most excited for the future of this game that I've ever been. But there are other things, of course, that that I want to touch on here. Recently, Massive revealed a roadmap, and whilst their communication hasn't been that great, it's been kind of up and down actually. It's been pretty good actually recently, I'll say. It's definitely been up and down though. There has been communication, which is something that's been lacking over the years. Some of the game has struggled with since State of the Game, so the fact that we're getting communication is really, really good. The roadmap itself, I don't remember the last time we really had any kind of roadmap. And I know there's going to be comments saying that Massive will likely delay everything on the roadmap. I get it. Some I can't say won't happen, of course. But the fact that we've had some kind of roadmap represents progress for me in The Division 2. We've been screaming out for some kind of timeline since forever. And Massive have finally delivered on that. There's that old saying, better late than never. Now, in this roadmap, the biggest takeaway for me was confirmation of another new game mode coming with Title Update 11 in early December this year. Now, just like Countdown has done, I really feel like another new game mode just shows me that Massive, Ubisoft, whoever's involved in that, realise this was a huge part of why The Division was so loved, and why perhaps Division 2 hasn't quite lived up to that. Countdown is a solid game mode in my opinion, and with the help of other Ubisoft studios, I'm expecting the new game mode to be as good, if not better. And going back to what I said earlier about the launch of The Division 2, Kenley College feels like a game mode made by developers who didn't really understand what the community wanted or cared, or perhaps some higher up was saying this is what needs to be done. I don't know, but it didn't feel like it was The Division. I could be wrong here about the caring part. I could be totally wrong, so I apologise if I am. I'm not wrong about what players want, because that game mode was bad. And most people would agree with me here. I reckon 90% of you would agree that Kenley College was bad. It may even be more than that. I'd even say the summit feels like a rushed job, and again, not really in line with the community expectations either. I think it was better received than Kenley College, but all it's become is a targeted loot area. No one's really playing it for any other reason than that. Countdown, on the other hand, is in my opinion exactly what the game needed, and why again I'm confident with Yannick at the helm and the team on the game now, we can expect this level of quality going into the future. We can expect to have game modes that do represent the community, what people want from this community, this fast-paced, small game modes. You know, it would be nice, of course, to have bigger stuff like the summit and stuff, but I just really think Countdown is what they need to look at and go, well, this is well received. I think Countdown was well received by most people. Countdown is well received. Why was it good? Why do people like it? And how can we make the new game mode better? On the roadmap, it does confirm we're going to be getting more apparel events. I think we're getting 2 per season. And Pally Hofstein has confirmed we can expect some more traditional military apparel come in. I've been following Pally Hofstein ever since he officially announced his involvement on Twitter, and there is no doubt in my mind that whilst we've had delays to those apparel events, it's because Pally wants the absolute best, and that's got to be encouraging. The latest apparel event is due out on August 9th, and there's some pretty cool stuff coming with that, like light up shoes among other things. It's not going to be for everyone. I get that, it might not even be for me, but it looks cool, and you can see already that a lot of thought has gone into this. I'm really starting to notice the increased quality with each and every event, and I'm not expecting that to stop for the reasons I've explained before. Now, I think just these couple of key points is more than enough to show why any of you playing the Division 2 right now, having enjoyed Season 9 and Title Update 15, should be excited for what is to come with Seasons 10, Title Update 16, Seasons 11, and then of course with Year 5, which has been announced recently. Yannick has always showed us just how passionate he is about this world, and with a passionate team assembled, this game and any future sequels built around this team should be awesome. It's hard to believe how much it feels like this game has made a dramatic U-turn. Even PvP players have been saying recently that since the damage glitch has been fixed and some other stuff, PvP feels a lot better. It's not perfect, it's never going to be, but it finally feels like Massive are starting to turn things around, and instead of being the glass half empty type of person when it comes to the Division, I've decided to be the half full, because for the reasons I've explained, I can really see a bright future with this game. And any sequels, because I do think we're going to get a Division 3 one day. Just not yet. But that's the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy this one. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, let me know why. Why do you think that this game doesn't have much of a future? Do you believe there'll be a Division 3, or do you think that we're going to get 2 years and that'll be the end of it? Leave me your thoughts down below. Hopefully you did enjoy this one. Drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos. Make sure your notifications are turned on if they are not, and that way you won't miss a video. Till the next one, epic out.